What's up, everybody? Dr. Vince here. Happy Friday. Happy Friday and happy Blue Friday. As you can see, for us Seahawks fans, this is our day to wear our gear as we head into the playoffs. Boom. Everyone thought we were going to essentially tank this year, and Coach Carroll turned it around. Enough of that. That's actually a side note. But today we're going to cover way 8 or tactic strategy 8 of 12 ways that you can bulletproof your practice in 2019. And for the full training, please check out chiropracticconsulting.co. And then there's a full 45-minute training 1 through 12 of all the tactics and strategies that we covered in order to build a practice that is going to be, bulletproof. And what I mean when I say bulletproof, what I mean is it's going to be resistant to the fluctuations in the economy, resistant to competition within your community. You're essentially going to take it to a next level, and we're using tactics, principles, strategies that work with all types of businesses, not just chiropractic practices. And so for day 1, we talked about, hey, let's begin at the beginning. We're going to establish our target, goals, and stats, right? So we want to identify what is our target goal of where we want to be at the end of 2019, and then identifying the stats that we need to track to get there and to know whether we're on track to reach that goal. Day 2, we talked about creating a unifying message for your practice, or a USP, a unique selling proposition. Day 3, we did a comprehensive look at all the marketing that you did in 2018, what worked, what didn't, assign an ROI for each one, and then keep what worked and then toss what didn't. And then day 4, we create a marketing calendar, right? And we basically put all the marketing that worked from 2018 onto 2019 calendar. And then we said, hey, if we do all these different campaigns, will it help us reach our goal? And if so, awesome. Then you just implement and start executing your plan. But most likely it's not. Most likely you will not have enough, on the books to hit and reach your goals. And so then on day 5, we said, okay, now let's start installing new campaigns, or at least identifying what campaigns that we want to do. Do we want to do new media, Facebook, Google, social, Facebook Live posts, Instagram advertising? Do we want to go old media, inserts in the newspaper, direct mail, radio, TV? What do we want to do? Pick one, create a campaign, create a plan, create a strategy, install it, test it until it works, and then move on. And then you have that, right? You have that. That's going to generate X number of new patients per month. And you got that campaign. Then you move on to the next one. And then day 6, we looked at your pricing structure. Can we give yourself a raise, right? Because inflation goes up 3% every year. So if it goes up 3% every year, that means every 3 years, we can raise our prices and be right in line. And there's a right way to do this and a wrong way to do it. But anyways, we covered that on day 6. And then day 7, we talked about, this is more long-term, long-tail marketing, but creating a downloadable report for your practice. 3 ways to find a chiropractor that's right for you, or how to solve your neuropathy pain without the harmful drugs and side effects. Whatever it is, you're creating an asset for your practice, and then you are educating and motivating people, because not everybody is ready to make a decision to buy right now. A lot of times it's actually, they're not, right? Because of all the people that are looking for a chiropractor, there's only 5 or 10% that are ready right now to take action. So the rest of them are actually in research mode. So we want to provide them information that develops us as an authority, creates trust and rapport with the patient. And so when they are ready, their decision of who they're going to choose as their chiropractor is going to be an obvious one. So then today, we're going to talk about developing one of the most important assets for your practice that for the next 10, 20 years. And this is your email list, okay? This, in the old days, this was just your paper database, right? And this was, and if you did it right, you were communicating with your patient base on a regular basis. And if you had, by the way, this water bottle is awesome. It's called Hydrate, Hidrate, and you can get it on Amazon. I think it's $30, but it comes with an app, and you put in all your kind of, height, weight, all that type of stuff, activity level, and it determines, hey, this is how much water you should drink, and then it tracks your water intake for the day. Anyways, keeps you on track. We should all be drinking more water, right? Good thing I got my coffee too. So, so your email list, right? So the old days, we had our patient database, and if you communicated with them on a regular basis, like, monthly or bi-monthly via postcards or a newsletter, I mean, you would get new patients from that. It would pay for itself many times over, and you would have a more responsive and a stronger practice because of it, right? And so now with email, and if we can get into their inbox and not into their spam folder, and they actually are looking forward to the emails, you can do that same thing with no cost, right? And so what we want to first do is identify the email list, the size of it, and where it lives. So in other words, how big is it, right? Is it 300 people strong? Is it 1,000? Is it 1,500? And then where does it live, right? Because what's up, DeGuito? And so where does it live? Is it in a CRM, right? Is it in Aweber? Is it in ActiveCampaign or Infusionsoft or MailChimp? Where is it right now? Or is it just with your website company? Because that may be the case. Like, in other words, I don't know where it is. The point is, let's find out where it is, right? Let's determine where it is. And then if it's not, let's get it into a CRM, right? So your CRM is your Aweber, your MailChimp, et cetera. And so, and then we want to actively move our existing patients that are not on that list onto the list, right? So you could do an internal office campaign where you have where patients sign up at the front desk. They okay that, yes, I want to receive emails from you. And you want to start moving, as obviously, as many people over onto your regular onto this active email list as possible, right? And then we want to create a schedule of regular communication where we are going to email them either once a week, once every other week, and at the bare minimum once a month. But like the crappy newsletter email from your website company is junk. No one reads it. No one wants it. It's very bland, and bland does not work in this day and age with patients, especially, or with people in their email, right? So it has to be, I highly recommend it's from the doctor, so create a schedule that's realistic for you. Ideally, I think it's once a week, right? So that you're going to email them, and you just cover 3 topics. You're going to deliver value in terms of health, right? How they can alleviate neck pain at home, good stretches to do. I mean, whatever your specialty is, whatever you have, a good knowledge base in, you're going to email either on that, the health, 1, and then 2, a testimonial, right? So, hey, just want to tell you about this great experience we had in our office today. This patient was, and obviously, cover HIPAA and be all, cover your bases in that regard. But so you have 2 would be testimonials. So 1, delivering information of value in terms of health. 2, you're going to talk about testimonials. And 3, you just something personal. And I'm not saying put all 3 of these things in one email. No, it's 1 per. Right? So email 1, like week 1, you're going to deliver value in health. Week 2, you're going to do testimonial. Week 3, you'll do something personal, like going on in your life or in your practice. And all of this is designed to create a relationship, and so that they open your emails, right? And then here's the cool thing, right? As you build up this list, pretty soon you're going to be reaching 300 or 500 or 1,000 people every time you email. I mean, that is so powerful. The more people that know about you and your practice, the bigger your practice will be. Jim Parker said that years ago. The more people you know and the more people that know you, the bigger your practice will be, right? So an email is a you know, everyone's saying email is dying. It's not dying if they open up your emails, right? That's why you have to make sure that they opt in and whitelist your email address and know that they're going to get emails from you, and then provide value. You have to provide value in the emails, right? You have to, you know, be coming from a place of giving, right? So it's not, you're not saying, oh, I wonder how many referrals I'm going to get off this email. We'll get into that in a second. No, it's like, hey, these are my patients. These are my people. They look to me for their health, you know, improvements in their health, right? So do it with love, right? Do it with generosity, with integrity, and everything else will follow, right? So at the bottom, you're going to have a new patient schedule a visit. So in other words, they can just click that and go right to a scheduling option, right? Or they can refer a friend, right? And so every time, you know, this 300 people or 500 or 1,000 people get this, they're going to see, or they're going to have an option to either schedule an appointment or refer a friend or family member, right? And so as time goes on and you build up this list, it's going to become more and more valuable. And then at whatever point in the future, when you decide to sell your practice and move on, your email list and the responsiveness and the engagement that you can get from it is going to be a massive asset for you, okay? So I'm Dr. Vince. For the full training, again, go check out chiropracticconsulting.co, and it's a 45-minute training, high value, 1 through 12 of the 12 ways to bulletproof your practice. All right, I'm Dr. Vince. Have an awesome weekend. I'll still be checking in with you guys tomorrow, but take care, and I hope this has served you and provided a lot of value for you. Again, check out the full training at chiropracticconsulting.co. All right, take care. Have an awesome Friday.